I like to push back.
I was ready to bring it all back to him tenfold. I'd have buried him. But let's see if you can breathe life into my words. WrestleMania 30, CM Punk takes on Triple H. Time to play the game? Well, Hunter, I hope you realize that CM Punk doesn't play.
The most powerful man in WWE, Triple H, is here.
From Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, the Game, Triple H!
CM Punk wanted the game, and CM Punk's got the game. Let this be a lesson. Be careful what you wish for. Triple H is a 13-time world champion. He lives in the spotlight, and CM Punk may be Icarus flying too close to the sun with this challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on paper, this should be a mismatch. Look at the names that Triple H has competed against in WrestleMania. The Rock and The Undertaker, Batista and Cena and Brock.
Oh, so are you saying that CM Punk has no chance against Triple H tonight? Because Punk's got a nice list of WrestleMania opponents himself.
Absolutely not. Like I said, on paper, it looks like a mismatch, but you can't judge heart and guts. Love him or hate him, CM Punk has heart and guts in spades. It's brought him this far, and you can bet he plans to have it to propel him straight to the main event of WrestleMania tonight.
Well, in this business, plans change, especially when they're up against those plans that are so expertly crafted by a mastermind the likes of the cerebral assassin, Triple H.
CM Punk may be the voice of the voiceless, but the WWE Universe is making absolutely sure their voices are being heard pretty well right about now.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds,
A cult of personality, CM Punk, prepared for battle against the Game, Triple H.
Not to sound like a broken record, but CM Punk has got what he wished for. And look at him. He's going to be overwhelmed here. The voice of the voiceless is going to be silenced by the King of Kings. And he'll have no one to blame but himself. What will he say to the voiceless then?
Well, CM Punk's never been at a loss for words, so I doubt he'd start now. The same goes for him being overwhelmed. Punk has always known this is where he belongs since the first time he laced up a pair of wrestling boots.
These are two men who are going to try to tear each other apart.
Tonight, Triple H is not the COO of the WWE. Tonight, he's an ass-kicking machine.
CM Punk, Triple Triple H set for one-on-one action tonight. Championship main event implications on the other side of this match.
Triple H looking to dash CM Punk's WrestleMania main event dreams, stating that he's only doing what's best for business. Triple H has served as a proper roadblock for Punk this long. Can he continue to do that here tonight?
Up high. Oh, brutal miscalculation.
And guys, we spend a lot of time around these two men. They're ingrained in the locker room. They are two men other superstars seek advice from, but they are not two men that should ever be seen in the same room together.
Yeah, get yourself caught in a room with both Triple H and CM Punk, and you can cut the tension with a knife.
Well, it boils down to trust, gentlemen. Hunter doesn't trust Punk's views on the business, and Punk has the same sentiment for Triple H.
Punk dodges out in time, stopped cold with a clothesline.
What the heck is this manager doing looking out of the ring? She can't be acting like...
Blast off! Cross body from the top!
He has the target right where he wants it. Oh, lots of torque on that suplex. And we have to look at Triple H's motives tonight. It's the COO's duty to
Take off!
Oh, the splash connecting.
And Punk continuing his quest for change, knowing he has to get through the King of Kings first.
Oh, just punishing the arm.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Yeah, Punk clearly hell-bent on putting the game out of commission. Ooh!
Both of these men considered master technicians in their own right. Triple H, of course, loves to play mind games, loves to get the psychological advantage over his opponent.
Absolutely. So if Punk has any chance of defeat, nimbly moving into a schoolboy.
Wasting no time getting his shoulder up.
He's really not making this easy.
Once this match was made of...
CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there. He's locked in the Anaconda Vice.
Not sure what he's thinking, letting go here. Triple H counters.
Trading counters and reversals back and forth.
Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here. Go to sleep.
End of the line for the game.
Targeting the arm now. Making his way to the top here.
From the top.
Locked in. The knees up could provide a huge turnaround.
The seeds of this battle go back to CM Punk's frustrations with the company. Seeing head figures not listen to the people, not give the best in the world his due.
Yeah, and Punk wasn't going to take it anymore. The brass never wanted a guy like CM Punk to succeed, never wanted to acknowledge his cult of personality. And now Punk is forcing the COO to take notice on our industry's biggest night of the year.
We're seeing one response after another, neither superstar gaining a foothold.
Isolating the arm. The game in bad shape right now.
With this offensive onslaught, Punk clearly sending a message to Triple H.
And I think there's a bit of focus on that arm here.
Working on the arm. Oh, what a kick. Boom. Wicked kick.
Bam. Ooh, sharp kick.
Tough hit to the legs. Dropping the elbow. And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Triple H needs to cause some separation.
Turning the tables. Opportunity now for Triple H to capture some momentum.
Well, Triple H has to push now while the window's open.
Whip back into the ring.
From above.
Incoming! Cross body from the top!
And another climb. He's been...
From the top rope.
Oh, she has bad intentions now.
Removing the turnbuckle pad. Taking flight only to find nobody home at ringside. What a disastrous miscalculation.
Triple H getting dismantled here.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Punk.
Nice suplex. Climbing up to the top, looking to go high risk.
From the sky.
Oh, coming down from way up top. To the arm, terrible. Jarring impact. That'll do some serious damage.
Looks like he's got a bullseye on his head now. A strong head scissors application. And now the elbows. Oof.
I see a cut on Triple H after that exchange. And a quick schoolboy.
Instantly, he has his shoulders up.
He didn't even let the count hit one.
Putting their full weight on the arm.
And connects with the kick.
Oh, kick right to the back.
And able to skirt around that attack.
Hammerlock position. Clobbered with a clothesline.
High rent district for CM Punk.
From the top rope. Oh, man, he landed right there.
Crashing and burning. What a miss from up high. And somehow Punk and Triple H still have enough left in the tank to keep this fight going.
Two of the most stubborn men in the locker room. We're witnessing that firsthand right now.
And CM Punk is in control.
Triple H needs to dig deep like he's done so often before.
And that's a concerted effort to hurt the arm.
It's a sound strategy of picking a limb and imposing force to it. Hooked up.
Shining Wizard will rearrange your face. The game getting picked apart here.
Punk is proving hard to deal with. His core clearly the offensive focus right now. Look at CM Punk and Triple H. Look at how absolutely spent both of these men are right now.
Both looking to dig down deep into the reserves. Both look.
Punk now just wailing away on his opponents and dragging them up on the turnbuckles. This will not be pretty. As CM Punk goes. The plunge. Will that sew this up for Punk?
Cover. He just might regret this decision. Oh, he's at it too.
You are not alone in your shock, Cole. We all thought that was it.
He turns it into the anaconda.
And the tolerance of pain has been reached, tapping out in agony.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
And with this win, CM Punk has punched his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania. Later tonight, vying for the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton and Batista.
Punk can celebrate now, but the worst is yet to come. Main eventing isn't the goal. Winning the main event is.
The best thing about defeating Triple H at WrestleMania 30 is the spot it granted me in its main event later that night, a full 11 years before I'd actually see that dream fulfilled. The worst part? I'd be entering battle at less than 100% against Randy Orton and Batista. Great. Batista had won the 2014 Royal Rumble, locking him into a match with WWE World Heavyweight Champion and my old pal, the Viper himself, Randy Orton. But my match with Triple H came with that added stipulation where the winner would join the match and make it a triple threat. This time, though, I'm going to let you choose who you want to control. Would Randy Orton have walked out of his matchup still on top? Would Batista unleash the animal within for another dominant victory? Or would that kid from Chicago shock the world and win 2 matches at WrestleMania against 3 of WWE's most dominant and imposing figures? I don't know for sure what will happen, but I do know what I'd like to see. Well, what is it that you want to see when CM Punk takes on Randy Orton and Batista in the main event of WrestleMania 30?
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
The Apex Predator, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton.
Introducing the champion from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Orton has been at the absolute top of his game lately, but even that might not be enough in a triple threat match against Batista and CM Punk.
But a wounded CM Punk who has already competed tonight. Still, that's a lot of variables on the grandest stage of them all for a champion trying to keep a hold of his title.
I'm sure Orton has no intention losing tonight. A menacing look on the face of the Viper, Randy Orton. The winner of the 2014 Royal Rumble, Batista.
And introducing the challenger from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 290 pounds, the Animal, Batista!
Batista fought hard to earn this opportunity to get his shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
But I'm sure he'd much rather this match have remained one-on-one. The presence of CM Punk is sure to complicate things for the Animal.
In Batista's mind, the worn-down CM Punk might not count as much of a legitimate threat.
You can see the savagery bubbling beneath the surface inside Batista. This man is ready to go.
Orton is a man Batista knows very well, going back to when they ran together in Evolution. CM Punk, meanwhile, is the X Factor.
You've got to be ready for anything here in WWE, and WrestleMania is no exception.
A man who had to battle his way into this main event against Triple H earlier tonight. The Second City Saint, CM Punk.
And introducing the challenger from Chicago,
to admire the guts of CM Punk to take on this challenge and keep putting one foot in front of the other, heading towards that ring.
I'm surprised we're not admiring the guts of CM Punk because they are hanging out of his body after that match against Triple H. This has been a long, hard night for CM Punk already.
And it doesn't get any easier with Batista and Randy Orton standing in his way. Beating Triple H was WrestleMania Miracle #1. For CM Punk to take home the title tonight, he'll need a second miracle.
And a little help from the WWE Universe to cheer him on in the meantime. Time to play spoiler, CM Punk.
This isn't what Batista or Orton wanted. They were hoping this title match would be an Evolution reunion. Instead, CM Punk is playing spoiler in this triple threat.
And that's exactly why this WrestleMania crowd is on the edge of their seats. We expect the unexpected, but no one thought CM Punk would make it all the way here tonight.
Now Punk just has to finish the job. But Orton and Batista stand in his way with championship ambitions of their own.
Lariat!
And after what CM Punk had to fight through earlier tonight, he can't possibly be in the best shape for this triple threat. Orton and Batista were fully aware of that fact.
Absolutely. Trust me, they watched Punk's match earlier. They know everything that is hurting on CM Punk right now. There is blood in the water.
You're talking about the heart of the Second City Saint, though. The chance to become the champion outweighs any lingering pain.
Is it possible that Batista could just power through both Punk and Orton with his raw animal strength?
It's certainly possible, but I don't like it as a strategy. Blind Rage isn't going to get Batista what he wants, not with a calculating superstar like CM Punk in the ring. Batista has to play smart in this one. Oh, man!
You know, Batista and Orton were complaining for a couple of weeks that this match was going to... roll up here! Stopping that pin attempt!
And this match carries on!
Knee smash! And you can tell Punk is still feeling the effects of his match against Triple H. Bang! What a boot! And the champion doesn't want to be on the receiving end of that again.
Dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Someone like that.
And now with the kendo stick in hand, he's ready to do some real damage.
And what a maneuver we just saw. From way up. You gotta be kidding me. Solid contact from the Viper. No countouts, no disqualifications, triple threat rules. CM Punk in his first WrestleMania main event. A dream come true.
CM Punk has totally defied the odds as far as his accomplishments here in WWE. If he can beat all of Evolution in one night, it'll add extra credence to being called the best in the world.
Up and into a Falcon Arrow. And now here we go. All the way to the outside.
Really risked it all there.
Very fortunate to hit the mark in that one. Turns that in his favor.
Bam! God, that disturbing sound of the kendo snapping on flesh.
Batista got out of the way. And I've been saying this in the lead up to WrestleMania. The Viper has been lying in wait, and it would be a big mistake to underestimate the champion.
That's a good point, Wade. It's funny. Over the past couple of weeks with the stuff going on with Triple H and CM Punk and Batista get...
The animal now. Looking to muscle up his opponent.
Side Russian leg sweep.
Oh boy, clearing up our announce desk.
Well, nothing good is going to come out of on this. We need to head for higher, safer ground right now.
Just ejected from the ring. Goes under the ropes and into the ring. Ooh. Randy Orton may be one of the most malicious, one of the most vicious superstars we've ever seen in WWE. There's no absence of malice at all from this man.
All facts that CM Punk knows all too well. Years ago, Orton ended Punk's first World Championship reign in unceremonious fashion. He's beaten Punk on big stages before. Randy should have all the confidence in the world when it comes to making CM Punk his prey.
He's called the Apex Predator for a reason.
I think it's time to clear out.
Yeah, this is a bad situation.
What a powerful belly-to-belly.
Oh, that could be a knockout blow. CM Punk knows what's at stake here more than anything. He said he wants change in WWE, and if the catalyst for that change means going through the COO and then to future Hall of Famers, then so be it.
What will tomorrow look like if the voice of the voiceless becomes champion?
Stanford would be in a panic.
Maybe, but Bourbon Street would go crazy tonight. The Animal is fired up as he'll ever be.
This is how a real superstar conducts himself. The Animal on the receiving end. Unrelenting triple threat action.
Nasty stomp of the arm. And he re-enters into the ring.
Consider your title dreams dashed after that.
Looking for something, anything under the ring.
Grabbing a kendo stick. Any connection with flesh will definitely leave a welt.
Coming DDT.
Out of nowhere. The champ might have just ended things right there.
There's two. Somehow he kicked out.
Clearly proving they have the heart of a champion, and it's keeping them alive here.
And this match is still not over. Orton is seething and hit on CM Punk. The challenger stays alive.
You expect these pins to last much longer.
The Animal, so powerful, so dominant.
Batista bomb. It just got as bad as it could for the champ.
We have just witnessed next level grit, resilience, and even more so, defiance. How do you stop that?
Not many people escape defeat after Batista gets hold of you and executes that maneuver.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. He's ready to put that chair to use.
He might just be stalling for time here. Boom! Snaps the leg across the head.
The action spilling our way now. Might need to take cover. Oh, into the steel stack. Simply no way to brace for that impact.
Just remember that
This could be it. He could win it all here. At the last second, with the title up for grabs.
I don't know how he did it, but this match is not over.
from way up.
Oh, he misses the mark.
Catches the kick. Spectacular counter into a dragon screw.
Not one. Not two. But three. Randy Orton. Exploder super. Oh, he has a pin. Here we go. Barely kicks out.
He may not have too much left, but at least he had enough to kick out there.
CM Punk stopped that in its tracks. He finds an opening.
Oh, belly-to-belly throw into the cover. Orton are refusing to give up any ground.
Some of the best ever, throwing down like only they can.
Making a hasty retreat to the outside. Some may consider this an act of cowardice, but I personally think it's strategic thinking.
Lights out. And down for the count.
The Viper wins it all. Orton defeats both Punk and Batista.
The winner of this match, and still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton.
So the Viper, Randy Orton, holds on to the title after duking it out with both Batista and CM Punk.
But when all is said and done, the Apex Predator is still on top. Randy Orton is just too deadly to be stopped.
Closing out WrestleMania 30 by appearing in my first ever WrestleMania main event? It's a hell of a start to this alternative timeline. In a world as absolutely chaotic as WWE, calling future shots is nearly impossible. You could win Money in the Bank, you call your shot for a match down the line, and then get taken out by injury. Your best friend might turn on you right as you're about to claim tag team gold. The best laid plans, at least in WWE, often go astray. But in 2015, something swept through WWE that I know would have piqued my interest. After capturing the United States Championship from Rusev at WrestleMania 31, John Cena would hold the US Open Challenge each week on Raw. Names like Sami Zayn, Big E, Rusev, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins all answered the call and gave it their best shot. With the history shared between myself and John, you're nuts if you think I wouldn't have accepted that challenge. I'd have waited a couple months, maybe with a slight hope that Cena would start to feel the fatigue that comes with weekly title defenses. But once summer hit, that's when I'd start getting ready. Like, say, July 27th, 2015, when the music for John Cena's opponent hits. What if that night? What if CM Punk walked through that curtain? Would I take another championship from a shell-shocked Cena? Or would my name join the rest of those who failed to take him down? It's up to you, really. Can John Cena turn back another challenge? Or will CM Punk be crowned the new United States champion? Create the moment that you want to last forever.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
Week after week, John Cena has stood in that ring and defended his U.S. title against anyone brave enough to answer him.
From cocky young upstarts wanting their shot at the crown to the most grizzled veterans, John Cena has taken them all on and put them all down. You have to admire Cena for continuing this open challenge. He's elevated the US title by putting it on the line every Monday night.
And the way Cena has been able to adapt to whoever answers his call has also been so impressive to watch.
Let's not sugarcoat it, guys. Cena's ego is a big part of this open challenge. This is about pride, and sooner or later, someone's going to come snap him out of it.
It is a bit of a double-edged sword. Defending the title against some of the best has to be taking its toll on him.
You gotta be kidding me! CM Punk answering Cena's open challenge.
The roof has come off of this building. Cena looks like he's seen a ghost.
CM Punk is coming for the United States title.
CM Punk perhaps knows John Cena better than anyone else in the entire WWE.
You guys talk about Cena's open challenge elevating the United States Championship, but let's not forget that Punk has set the standard for what it means to be the best in the world. He takes every opportunity he can to prove it.
And that is what's so fascinating about this. Punk just doesn't want to beat Cena. He wants to remind everyone that when you mention the great champions, his name comes first.
If anyone can match John Cena's fighting spirit, it might just be CM Punk.
Yeah, Punk isn't walking into this one blind either. He's faced Cena and beaten him on some of the biggest stages possible already.
And there's some added motivation for Punk here, guys. He is dead set on adding that title to his resume.
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk! And his opponent from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, John Cena!
Cena defending the title against anyone, anytime, and tonight, it's CM Punk's time.
Week after week, Cena's US Open Challenge has been can't miss TV. But tonight is the biggest defense yet. CM Punk attempting to win his very first US title. It's really the only major title he's never held.
But with that, here we go. Knees up, got the knees up at the last second. The John Cena US Open Challenge has already given so many opportunities to up-and-coming talent in WWE. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, even Bad News Barrett.
All great competitors, no doubt, but none of those talents are on the level of CM Punk.
I'm right here, guys.
Sliding into the ring now. He just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
Oh, man, that'll bend your arm.
Ooh.
Bang! CM Punk has accomplished so much in his career. ECW champion, Intercontinental champion, tag team champion, world champion. But he's never won the United States title. Guys, how much does CM Punk want this title tonight?
He craves the United States title, Cole. If you want to call yourself the best in the world, holding every title of note is a key indicator of the moniker. And you know Punk wants to add his name to the list of legends that have held the United States Championship over the last 3.5 decades.
But even a competitor, the level of CM Punk is subject to curses. We've often seen competitors who are one title shy of a triple crown or grand slam just get a mental block when it comes to getting the last title on the list. Punk might already be seeing this title filling that last spot on his mantle and thinking that far ahead against a competitor like John Cena is very dangerous.
Cena has to be feeling pretty confident with the champion's advantage on his side here.
Yeah, but you better believe that's only going to add fuel to the fire for Punk.
for the title. New champ. Quick shoulder up.
A bit surprising that that didn't even get more than a 1 count. I'm just going to ask this. Why has it taken CM Punk so long to answer the US Open Challenge? Is Punk intimidated by Cena nowadays?
Up high.
Whoa, look out. Adrenaline can make you do crazy things. Exhibit A right there.
What's he planning here?
Down hard with the Michinoku driver.
So many times, the men who answer the Open Challenge have faced this exact situation where Cena turns on the heat, and Punk is no different. Cena coming back into the ring now. Check out the springboard. Taking off from the ropes.
Cut down to size with that.
You cannot understate how much of a mental advantage Punk has in this one. The best in the world has known for a long time he was going to answer John Cena's call tonight. But Cena, he just found out a few minutes ago.
Punk having the mental advantage is always troublesome to an opponent, but I speak from experience when I say that no matter how much the deck is stacked against John Cena, he will find a way to overcome the odds. He's called Big Match John for a reason. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting put against the turnbuckles.
Middle rope for a tornado DDT.
Gentlemen, it is always a treat to see CM Punk and John Cena face off in a championship match. The last 2 times that Punk challenged Cena for a title held by the franchise, they were 2 of the greatest matches in WWE history.
CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011 and their rematch at SummerSlam were both classics and define the careers of both men. We've had plenty more amazing matches between these 2 men since that night, but when it's Punk gunning for a title around Cena's waist, it's just magical.
Nice monkey flip.
Like meeting a brick wall there.
And attacking the body here could be a smart strategy.
Body slam slipped out.
Reversed into an inverted DDT.
Guys, I've been doing this for almost 2 decades, and I've never seen a fighting champion quite like John Cena right now.
But you're right, Cole. Granting weekly title shots to Mick
From the top, crashing to the floor.
Good God, just a disgusting thud heard here at ringside.
Clearing the desk off.
Better get to safety, boys. 2. CM Punk rallying the crowd behind him.
John Cena.
Attitude adjustment. The champ with a stunning display of dominance. We are looking at a competitor who simply refuses to let...
From the top. Crushing impact on the splash. Immediate cover after the impact. By a hair. This title fight continues.
He continues to stay in this fight, but for how long? How much more punishment can he truly withstand? Wants to finish this.
Cena.
Leg drop on the top rope. Are you kidding me? There's 2.
Cena retains.
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, John Cena!
What an absolutely incredible match. John Cena is looking absolutely unstoppable right now as United States champion.
I have a feeling Punk isn't going to let this one go easily.
Well, credit where it's due to Cena, but this loss might have just created a monster out of Punk.
Adding another classic encounter with John Cena is always the right call, and answering that U.S. Open challenge is something I know I would have done if I was around for it. I also know exactly what my plan would have been at the start of 2016. Now, as you may recall, it was at the Royal Rumble that year where AJ Styles finally made his WWE debut.
The phenomenal one is here! AJ Styles!
It's one of those moments where it felt like time stood still. Everyone trying to come to grips with the fact that, yes, AJ Styles is now in WWE. His arrival opened the door for a litany of dream matches. And in that time, he's made many of them happen, battling top names brave enough to step up to him. And you better believe that if I was here, I would have walked to the ring that very first Raw after the Royal Rumble, and I would have set down the challenge. CM Punk, AJ Styles, WrestleMania 32. AJ and I have traveled many of the same roads in our respective careers, but unfortunately, they never led us to having a proper one-on-one matchup in WWE. I respect AJ. He's another wrestler that made his name his way.
Since 1998, this man has competed all over the world.
I earned the right to be here in the WWE.
Getting the chance to be his first WrestleMania opponent, it's too good to pass up. As usual, it's up to you. Do you want to prove to be the best, or is being phenomenal more to your speed? They don't want none? Oh, believe me, I want it all.
And it may have taken years for AJ Styles to make it to WWE, but he is here now, competing on the biggest stage possible.
The biggest stage possible with the biggest bragging rights on the line. Who really is the best in the world?
From Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
Styles soaking it all in, the magnitude of this moment, of this match.
AJ Styles finally where he's always belonged, on the grandest stage at this showcase of the immortal. Gentlemen, prepare yourselves. We're about to witness a classic for the ages, courtesy of the phenomenal AJ Styles and the best in the world, CM Punk. These two have come so far, but they have always been destined to meet here.
And this one should be a classic for the ages. Truly a dream match in every sense of the word. On the biggest stage in all of sports entertainment, WrestleMania.
Dream match is honestly just scratching the surface of how big this match is. There's been a professional rivalry between these two men spanning multiple promotions and continents. But tonight, it all finally comes to a head with the biggest spotlight imaginable.
We know Punk can handle the pressure, but can Styles?
Working their way out and wrenching into a side headlock. Rolled around like a ragdoll.
CM Punk has long considered himself an outcast. Most folks would have pegged him as a long shot to succeed in WWE. And once he arrived, he was never expected to be the main event competitor he is today.
You could say much the same about AJ Styles, Corey. Remember, the first time the world got to see AJ Styles, he was busting his hump in WCW's Cruiserweight division during that company's dying days, while the main eventers collected the paychecks.
Both men spent much of their career on the fringes, fighting for every scrap of opportunity, and now they are both competing in one of the most anticipated matchups in WrestleMania history. What a journey for CM Punk and AJ Styles.
CM Punk playing to the crowd now.
Punk now locks in that double under. Double underhook, struggles with the lift. Big clothesline.
CM Punk and AJ Styles are both absolute geniuses when it comes to in-ring IQ. Both have great striking and submission skills as well.
Watch out! Leaping high! Styles on full display.
Yeah, AJ's clearly working to teach Punk a lesson about who the best really is here.
Neither one of these men are going to hold back in this one, are they?
Absolutely not. And both Punk and Styles are incredibly capable of getting down and dirty when they have to. There may be a great deal of respect in this match, but there's also a lot of pride on the line. Neither Punk nor Styles will hesitate to pull out all the stops on each other in this match, and I personally cannot wait to see it.
Big night for AJ Styles making his WrestleMania debut. Punk has been here quite a few times. We've seen Punk fight fair at WrestleMania, but just as often we'll see him cut corners.
Indeed, in the past we've seen Punk calling reinforcements against Rey Mysterio, using foreign weapons when attempting to end the Undertaker's streak. But tonight is a bit different. Punk has long wanted to prove that the
Haymaker after haymaker.
Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
Oh, this exchange is whipping this capacity crowd into a frenzy.
Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two. This is a war of attrition with neither superstar wanting to be the one who surrenders.
Trying to find his bearings, but it looks like the end is near.
Took him out at the knee. And after that shot to the knee, what could be next? Beautiful. Neckbreaker after the float over. That was pretty. Not a good spot to be in.
Going for the cover here.
He kicks out with authority.
And it has to be frustrating not getting a deep count at this point, but you can't let that get to you.
Turns that back on CM Punk. And a heinous attack to the knee.
The tried and true method to taking anyone down. Styles stepping through.
Styles crash.
Is it enough to overcome Punk?
Cover. Oh, he was almost finished.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
Soaring. Splash. Turning it into a pin for the win.
AJ Styles just beat CM Punk at WrestleMania. Unbelievable.
Here is your winner, AJ Styles.
And tonight, like so many nights before he stepped foot in WWE against CM Punk, AJ Styles was simply the better man. Punk won't be having his arm raised here, but I really hope he can accept losing a hard-fought match like the one we just saw.
Yeah, as disappointing as this loss must be for Punk, I'm sure he respects the fight Styles put up to win.
An honest dream match for any era, and you made it happen. That's the power of Showcase. I've said it repeatedly that it's impossible for me to predict a hypothetical scenario with precision, but I have to believe that if I was here in 2019, I would have done anything to get to the front of the line to beat Kurt Angle's final opponent at WrestleMania 35.
He has held every title imaginable. European champion, Intercontinental champion, 6-time world champion.
Not many people know this, but when I first joined the ECW brand in 2006, Kurt Angle was my goal. He'd found new life with the brand, leaning into the extreme side of things, mauling his opponents with a reinvigorated approach to the ground and pound offense. But those dreams would go unrealized with Kurt leaving WWE only about a month after my arrival. I could see it all in my head, though. Kurt comes out on Raw to announce that he'll be retiring at WrestleMania. With the crowd already shocked, Kurt goes to announce his opponent, only I wouldn't give him that chance. See, I really don't care who Kurt's chosen, because as I'd say to Kurt's face, I've chosen Kurt to be my opponent at WrestleMania 35. If Kurt wins, he gets to go out on top. But when I get the win, Kurt at least had the chance to go out on a shield against an opponent willing to push him to his limits. Kurt's retirement will happen one way or another, but it's up to you to decide who will be standing at the top of the winner's podium and who will have to settle for a silver medal when I collide with Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 35.
The only gold medalist in WWE history. The wrestling machine, Kurt Angle.
Competing in his final match after a 20-year Hall of Fame career, the only gold medalist in WWE history, Kurt Angle!
For the final time as an in-ring competitor, Kurt Angle makes his way to the ring. The WWE Universe showing their respect to this incredible athlete.
Kurt Angle performs at his highest level when the pressure is highest. Tonight, it couldn't get any higher.
Punk fully expects Kurt Angle to be a step quicker than he's been recently, a little more intense than the Kurt Angle of old.
It was CM Punk who threw a challenge at Kurt Angle. Said he wanted to give Kurt the chance to see if he could take down the best in the world in Angle's final match. And what a better place to do it than at WrestleMania.
Yeah, how could Kurt resist? Angle and Punk have never met in a ring before, but they are known all over the world as two of the best. Now, at last, we get to find out who really is superior inside those ropes.
Big time powerbomb.
CM Punk has been talking out of both sides of his mouth lately, praising Angle while also saying how much of a joy it would be to put him down. What kind of mind games are those?
It's a stroke of genius in my view, Cole. As much as you want to paint him as a hypocrite, Punk has been great at confusing Angle, disarming Kurt, allowing Kurt to bring his guard down only for an opportunity to stab him in the heart.
Yeah, exactly, Wade. It's a hypocrite that you just described. No getting around that fact. Big-time attacks coming from Kurt Angle.
Punk on the wrong side of Angle's technical expertise here. Boom. And he manages to escape just in the nick of time.
And Wade, long ago, there was an opportunity for these two men to have locked up, but the stars just never aligned.
That's correct. ECW is what you're talking about, Cole. A mid-2000s rebranding. CM Punk and Kurt Angle were positioned as the premier attractions. Punk being the young upstart with a groundswell of support behind him, and Angle being the veteran, the true wrestling machine.
Now, those would have been battles that would have shortened each man's career, no doubt.
Down with the belly-to-belly. Opponent hoisted up.
From behind, Angle slam.
Angle might just have Punk right. Nice takedown there from Angle. And
The ropes playing a little savior here. Boom.